Welcome back, folks. Today we're doing another video. What are we doing today? We're back in Muffin Top Survival. Let me fix my window so it's centered in my monitor. I don't play Minecraft full screen or even just like hit. I just fell off there because my phone is making noises and it's just very distracting. There it is. Okay, I just threw my phone against my bed. Like a throwing, kind of like a throwing knife. I swear, Black Ops 3, they better have throwing Nokias. Better be like the throwing weapon there. Or even Call of Duty Ghosts. That would just be amazing. But yeah, it got sound again. So, last episode, we built the factory and explained how that works. 2 episodes, we built the farm. You have that. Between last episode and this episode. Going with this. I added a time normalizer. So, a couple episodes ago, we built this contraption here. Which, what that did, is when you say time day, it stays at noon. When you say time night, it stays at midnight. As you can see there by the stars and stuff. When it, every however long, I think it's like half a second or a second. Probably like 3/4 of a second. But there's a clock in there that's repetitively setting it to night and today. Of course, if I were to say set 0, set it to 0. Let's do that again so you can see. Sets it to 0 and then sets it back to that. But if I turn this on, as you can see there, it's no longer going towards, it's not longer going back to noon. As you can see by the chat menu there. Based on the chat menu. If I say set it to 0, it stays at 0. I turn that off and it goes back to night. And of course this, see, it no longer stops. It's cool because when you flick that back to day and then turn it off again, it goes. What's in yours, I added redstone going into that, which is just triggering torches that freeze up the system. Which means as soon as that switch is flipped, it prevents the what are they called, hoppers, to go back and forth. So it looks like this, and I'm going back and forth between them. When it gets to here, it triggers that. With our snore latch changing between day and night, and so if it's set to that, this will turn off, and then if it's set to night or the other one, it will set this torch to on. And this is just an external thing that goes to the bottom, so it basically sets it to neither day or night. It's essentially an XOR gate, if anybody knows what that is. So the reason why I built that is for what I'm going to be doing today. So I'm going to be creating a system that tells me when it's day and when it's night. This is part of the muffin. But let's use a thing. A daylight, day, night. No, what is it called? A light sensor? Daylight sensor, okay. So, I was correct the first time. I just love looking at this roof in here. So, just hit R to try and open that. Been playing too much Space Maid lately, which I'll hopefully try and upload some. There. So, I'm going to use the factory because I'm probably not going to build anything else here. So I can just make this a bit taller. I never did actually conceal this after last episode. So the way the daylight sensor works is if it's, say, noon, which is now, it emits a signal that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, no, 15 long. Correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So if I hit F3, trying to remember where it is. And close this up. Oh, nope, never mind. Let's just say that. What if I do this? Nope, there's still openings because it's not a solid thing. But if I am to say, oh yeah, I'll go into the mob spawner. Or no, that's because that's not very dark, is it? It's decently dark. So if I can find it, where are you? Oh, guess that's what you are. So, as you can see, there is on the F3 menu on the left, second from the bottom, it says LC 255, which I'm not certain what that is. I think that might be, no idea. There's B colon plane, and that's what biome. It's biome. And then there's, of course, BL, SL, and RL. So, before I let this in daylight, it says, oh, because there's no light above that level. Yeah, so, it's a bit hard to see. I'll put it in front of the wood here. Yeah. So, what SL is sunlight. There's BL, which is, I'm not certain what it stands for, but it's essentially artificial light. So if I cover this up, and this is now artificial light, so that makes it 7, a light level of 7. If I place down a torch, that is 14. If I start heading away, you can see it starts counting down. If I stand here, it actually starts increasing due to the lava there. So there's 15 different levels of sunlight. So if I fly back over to here, come out here. So this means it is noon. So if I actually let if I set the time to normal, back to the factory. There. It's full, but if I uncaps lock, please. Time at add 100, say. Single commands. But if I so if I set it to 0, now you can notice. So nope, sunlight. Yeah. So I don't believe this is actually affected by torches and stuff. It is not, but it's affected by light. So, or sunlight. So it says sunlight's full, but on this. But this kind of goes off a different measurement of sunlight. So it's rising. As it rises higher, it becomes brighter. Time set night. Home. Hash time night. F3 still thinks it's for some reason F3 is just broken today, and it thinks that sunlight's constant unless you're covered by something. So even if it's if it's set to midnight, apparently this seems to think it is night. So there'll be a point where it reaches, probably, this might actually be a bit hard, but I believe it is technically 7. So this means it's full. This means noon. So time set, or just time noon. Will that work? Set 7500. No. Something around there. Get off F1 mode, please. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. By the way, I'm not using 1.6 because I'm personally, oh, get rid of you, please. I'm not very fond of actually. Okay, there. Wasn't letting me open my menu, inventory, whatever it's called. I'm not very fond of the fact that you have to use now the developer launcher. I'm not a very big fan of that. So I need an anvil. Let's not swap. There. So I'm gonna name this time. The reason for that is now if I say, what's it? It is now noon. Don't know why, but God dang it. Hoping to land this always gets really annoying. What is it called? Say it is now noon. I don't need that dot there. Save. I've had. We're gonna be picky about that capital. Yeah, so now it says it is now noon. Or I'm actually just gonna have it say noon. So does that? It's noon. So I know that. Also for this, say day. Mobs will no longer spawn. Longer. See? Will now spawn. So what this means, if I say /time what's the current time? (18:30). There. Actually, I may have to just move this up, like, to... Yeah, I may have to move it down to... Oh, no, it is 0. Okay. So... Time, day. What's that, time, day? Yeah, it goes there. So, might as well just get rid of this. Have to get a better solution for this because it's a bit awkward. Here. But now if I say time night, mobs will now spawn. Intellect levels below 17 or below 11. No, 7. I'm having trouble creating words today. What is the English language? Okay. So now if I disable this. Okay. So now if I set that to noon. Mobs will no longer spawn. Longy spawn. I did not save that change, did I? And luckily it doesn't give long enough before. So it can actually leave. It's time here. So that is just kind of a brief explanation of how lighting with the different light levels work. Apparently I'm completely wrong that this does not at all use like light levels and stuff like that. It's kind of got its own, because I know the light sensors in red power work off light levels. So you could have it so, like, if you're in like a cave or something, or you want, for some reason you want, oh yeah, if you're testing, say, mob grinder, and you want to know if it's exactly 7 light level, you could put that in, or whatever. Not certain what exactly you would use that for. It would be assumed to use it for daylight sensors, because that's kind of what it was meant for, I believe. But I figured this would have worked the same way, but it doesn't, which is very disappointing, actually. And also the fact that it's always... Where am I getting my light from? Okay. The fact that it's always nighttime. Or always full brightness. Let's get back home. Well, that is it for today. See you next time, folks. Goodbye.